everybody, we're here with Lisa Ellis, and Lisa, you've got a lot of feathers in your cap. Absolutely.
I do.
Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you're known for.
I am known for serving in a lot of nonprofits. I absolutely love the quilting world, and I like to make the world a better place. And so I dedicate a lot of my time to organizations that I think are making a difference. I served on the board of SACWA for 6 years and then served as president for 2. And I am still on the board of the Quilt Alliance. So these are wonderful organizations.
That's great. And in case you don't know, SACWA, that's Studio Art Quilt Associates,
yes.
right? Because it's a wonderful art organization
Yes.
in the quilting community.
Yes.
And of course, the Alliance, or the Quilt Alliance, is one of my near and dear to my heart. All right, but you're also known for Cathedral Windows with a Twist.
Yes, this is a series that I started about 3 or 4 years ago. I had received a quilt from my grandmother, made the traditional way, and I was suddenly really drawn to it. I loved the texture that you get from the folds. I loved all the overlapping circles. But at the same time, it had some limitations because of the way it's made. The variety of fabrics is limited, and so I set out on this journey to figure out how to take this block and just do something, really kind of explode with it and get a lot more fabrics, a lot more colors. So I developed this method of making it on the machine and getting a lot more fabrics involved.
It's really exciting, and of course everyone can see the quilt that's behind us with the wonderful way that it's laid out, the unique fabrics and so forth. But let's look at some of these that are on the table. Just look at the way these are flying across there. I love the way you use the movement of color with all of these. Now, this isn't just a little kind of a thing. It's really taking something that's been traditional into a new way to the level that you've got quilts in the quilt show here as finalists that are done.
I do, and I think of these as art quilts because they're original. We don't think so much about how it was constructed or what's the aesthetic. These are art quilts because they're original works of art. But what I'm loving about this technique is that guilds, and I have classes here in Houston, these are selling out, and there are a lot of traditional quilters. So this method is appealing to the whole broad audience because it has all the color story. It's artistic, and yet it's based on a traditional block idea, and so it's appealing to a lot of people.
I see that. So this one looks like it has some beautiful color wash fabrics, just lovely, lovely, delicate patterns. This looks to be silk to me. Tell me about this quilt.
This is a very special quilt. Yvonne Porcella, dear friend, founder of Studio Art Quilt Associates. She passed away in 2016, and our dear friend Pokey Bolton put on a challenge exhibit to make a piece that honored Yvonne with her style of work, but in our own way of working. And so, as a part of me making the traditional cathedral window block idea, I made this, but using Yvonne's love of silks and love of brights and her way of working more abstractly.
Well, and there's Yvonne right there.
And then it's that black and white check.
Absolutely.
That was her signature. So I made this in 2016, and it traveled with Pokey's exhibit, and then actually Sacred Threads also had that, and so this hung at Sacred Threads.
Now tell me more about Sacred Threads real quick.
Sacred Threads is a very special exhibit. It's every other year, and it's dedicated to quilts that people make as a part of life's journey. Joy, inspiration, peace and brotherhood, healing, grief, and spirituality open to all faith traditions. And it's always about the story.
Yeah,
so it's
and
intentional quilts that have a really deep story.
What is your involvement with
I'm the chair.
You're the chair.
So it was founded by Vicki Pignatelli.
Exactly. Who's been on the quilt show.
Yes,
check her out.
Yes, and I got involved. I had work in the exhibit in 2007 in Columbus, and then volunteered to help on the committee, helped put on the 2009 exhibit in Columbus, and then Vicki said, I need to retire, and you're the one to take it. So I took over, 10 years ago now, I took it over and brought it to Washington, D.C., which is where I'm from. And so my group of friends all said, yes, we're in this with you, and we've been together, and now we've put on 5 exhibits.
I'm glad that it's continuing, because it is a beautiful, beautiful exhibit.
And Vicki comes every year, and every year she has the same message. They haven't changed a thing in terms of the mission, our vision, and yet it's bigger, more audience, catalog, so we've added more, but we've never changed from the original vision that Vicki and her first team had. It's a really special exhibit.
We all know that quilts are more than making quilts, and that exhibit really shares that. So if anybody wants to find you, hire you, or otherwise get to know more about you,
my website, ellisquilts.com.
All right. Thank you for spending time with us today. It's been great having you here. Thanks for watching, everyone.